Hey there. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Renee Brent here from Renee Brent Hypnosis. I'm sorry. I had a little bit of technical difficulty. It hadn't opened it up to the public, and I was getting some emails. So I apologize if I had to leave. Ooh, this hair. And I'm back here. Facebook has changed live a little bit, so I cannot see your thumbs up or anything like that. So if you have a comment, I can see those in the corner. So go ahead. And I'm just going to kind of start from the beginning, which is really trusting yourself. This is a time for adaptability and calm change and releasing that a little bit of that negativity that we tend to put ourselves in, and releasing the guilt that we can have in this time period. I am Renee Brent. I am a clinical hypnotherapist in Maitland, Florida. I've been a nurse for 30 years, a best-selling author of the book How Big Is Your Butt, and I'm currently writing a book on worry, letting go of worry, that should be out soon. It's very interesting to be writing a book about worry hi Karen, nice to see you, when the world is at worry, and really understanding the challenges that I myself am having in regards. I tell you, I have to do my own daily work here. I really have to be mindful of what I'm experiencing, feeling. Is this mine? Is this someone else's? Is this the world's? And really giving myself opportunity to gain awareness and really enjoy the quietness of what's going on without being caught up in the chaos of the world, media, social media, etc. This is Easter, which is a renew, a beginning. And for those of the Jewish faith, this is Passover, which is really about remembering what was difficult for the Jews. Plagues came forward. We talk about plagues, and remembering the plagues when we're experiencing a plague, so to speak, is very interesting. But it's really, in essence, Passover is really about remembering the past and moving forward with gratitude. And I'm going to hand that all to all of you, is just looking at what's going on and then holding gratitude about how you can move forward with this kind of calm change and this adaptability. And ask yourself right now, what have you helped? How have you adapted? Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your communication with your family, and the boundaries that you set, and you're learning about each other. I'm working with a lot of private clients right now in regards to challenges in relationships and their communication. Because, as I say in my practice with my clients, when you paint red flags white, which many of us do because we don't want to deal with it, and you paint red flags white again and again and again, they're going to show up sometimes in a big way. And my clients are experiencing now with relationships, either personal and relationships with spouses or partners, or with children. When you have painted red flags white and you have taught people to treat you poorly, and you don't react to it, you just ignore it, it all is come barreling down right now in this time alone, in this isolation that we're doing with each other. Hi, Gabriella. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. And so it's really about moving forward with adaptability and calm, and taking the essence of Easter and Passover on this 10th of April, is about remembering the past, moving forward into the future, and how we want to be, how the Jews want to be as a people, but also how we want to be individually as we move forward. And Easter, which is rebirth. It's really about an opportunity to make change and to grow and to learn and decide who you want to be in this world. And I'm loving this opportunity. We talked before about productivity, and there's so much that you can do, but it doesn't mean you have to do it. You don't have to learn a new language. Just trust that you're handling this the best way you can, because the last thing you need right now is beating yourself up that you're not doing it because you looked at Susie, Homemaker's Facebook page, and they started a new community, chalkboard thing, or they, are making 1,000 masks a day for people. You don't have to do that. You can't, and beating yourself up about it is not going to help you manage anymore. It's just more that you kind of have to push down. So really do your best to release guilt and move forward with this sense of adaptability and this calm change, and accepting you who you are. You are learning and growing every day, and the world has been forced to do this, and this is not easy. It sucks sometimes to make the change and gain awareness. I tell people, when you're feeling the most uncomfortable, it's about when you're about ready to make the biggest change that you've ever made. It feels uncomfortable because you're looking at it, you're gaining awareness, and you're making the changes that you want. So please, please, please be nice to yourself and take opportunity to move into neutral, to release the elevated brainwave and all the chemistry that comes with that, and just calm yourself down. Listen to your body. Listen to how your body's responding. That's a good word. Because it's giving you information all day long. And if you ignore it, I promise you, your body is going to be talking to you more and more and more. And those aches and those pains in our hands or wrists, or that nobody can decide where they're coming from, they're probably because they're just unresolved issues that you keep pushing down, or the chemistry that you keep just jabbing at yourself and jabbing at yourself. And this is a time to be nice, to adapt to the quiet, and make those change from confidence and ease. And it cannot be done when you're surviving. It just can't. The priority of everything is survival. Everything in our body is geared towards that. Our body is primarily geared to do two things: survive and to love. Survive or to love. Survival feels, it feels constricting. It feels like urgency. It feels increased heart rate. All of these things that are amping us up to run from the lion. But love, or even in a vein of love, is acceptance, is just about, it feels more open. It feels lighter. It feels calmer. So if you can find something that's going to calm you, reading, swimming in the pool, taking a walk with the dogs, by yourself sometimes. Listen, just because everybody's in the house doesn't mean they have to walk outside with you. You might need that time. Set boundaries for yourself in regards to what you need and the times that you need, and do that for yourself. Utilizing. Thanks, Melissa. I'm glad you found me. Here on Facebook Live on April 10th, 2020. It's spring. I wore white today, and I wore blue pants because I am springing forward, that's for sure, and taking it day by day, but really giving myself the opportunity to move into adapting. I've adapted my work. I've adapted my focus, and it's given me an opportunity to learn and grow as well. And I know you cannot do it when you are surviving, when you're elevated, when your buttons are being pushed. It's really hard to do that. So that's because I am springing forward, that's for sure, and taking it day by day, but really giving myself the opportunity to move into adapting. I've adapted my work. I've adapted my focus, and it's given me. Hey, I'm not sure what happened there. Learn and grow as well. There you go. Sorry, guys. Wow. Facebook is really throwing me for a loop this week because they changed a lot of things. So sorry for the confusion. It started replaying my video. Not sure why. So let's talk about how you can move into neutral and how you can change the brainwaves. So utilizing your change in a brainwave, the calmer alpha brain, is meditating. Spend some time doing that. But a natural time when you can do that is when you're waking up in the morning. Because in order to go to sleep, we move through a beta brainwave, which is us just being present, to an alpha, which is calmer, and theta, which is meditation, and then delta is sleep. So every night when you're going to sleep, you're moving through that hypnotic state when your arms feel heavy, but your eyes are closed and you can still hear what's going on in the house. That is what hypnosis feels like. That's when you've just opened your subconscious mind, your supercomputer, and that's where you get to it. And Beth says it must have been important to hear it 2 times. Yes, I am doing a lot of repeating today, and that's okay. I don't stress. I'm really just trying to accept, and I was meant to say things twice and have a shorter video on the first end. That's all. So, so let's talk about that. So when you go to sleep at night, for those of you who are having problems sleeping, I want to talk about sleep a little bit, is that when you're going to sleep, you're going through a natural state, and that's when you can have a contract with your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. Listen, I'd love for you to help me relax through the entire night. Let me sleep. If I get up around 2:30 or so, which some of you do, and then your mind starts spinning, just ask your subconscious mind as you're falling into that state, just allow me to go to the bathroom and then go right back to sleep. Allow me to have some awarenesses or some problem solving while I sleep. Let my body relax and heal while I sleep. Fight against any kind of viruses while I sleep. Your mind and your body are very busy helping you regenerate and move forward for the next day. A lot of chemistry exchanges, a lot of protein exchanges, a lot of receptors are shifting, a lot is happening. So it's very, very important for you to sleep through the night. So talk, program, be the boss. Tell your subconscious mind, while I am sleeping, this is what I need you to do. And in the morning, I am going to feel refreshed. I'm going to feel focused. I'm going to make calm, adaptive change. Now, you'll sleep through the night. Keep doing that again and again and again. I have a whole chapter in my book, How Big Is Your Butt, about sleep and how to retrain your brain. One of the things that you don't want to do when you're trying to sleep is try too hard. There's something called the law of reversed effect, that the harder you try consciously with this 5% is affecting your unconscious mind, and it's moving out of the picture, right? On the tip of my tongue, when you're trying to remember something, on the tip of my tongue means that your subconscious mind has left the building. So really take the opportunity now to just gain awareness and calm and not try too hard. And because as soon as you stop trying too hard to remember a name or a movie without Googling it, right? It's much easier to remember those things now. It comes back. And sometimes it comes back an hour. Sometimes you're in the middle of doing something different and a name pops up. This is your cooperation with your unconscious mind that holds that information. Your unconscious mind absolutely is helping you to sleep or not to sleep. So you have to be in charge, and you have to thank you, but I can sleep through the night and find solutions. And in the morning, I'm going to be ready and focused and energized. So start having those conversations and stop trying too hard. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, just breathe. Do the alpha sequence, remember, where you relax your tongue, your jaw, and you breathe. And you exhale. And you slow down your own brain waves that will naturally get to. If you need help sleeping naturally, you can all go to practicehappynow.com. This is my book landing page, but you don't have to look about the book, but there's a free sleep meditation. All you have to do is put your email in there, and you'll get a higher self meditation, which is you want to hear that nicer voice that's telling you that you can get through this, and you want to sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. It's very important. If you're having any challenges with that or any questions, of course, you can book a 15-minute free call with me at ReneeBrentonHypnosis.com and just schedule a free call. I'd love to chat with any of you about any issues and give you a reboot and remind you how amazing you are and how capable you are. So the other thing is, so you slept through the night and now you're waking up in the morning. Okay, we all have time, a little bit extra time to sleep in the morning. Now, we don't have to be rushing, right, to the next thing. So utilize moving from a delta through a theta alpha, that stage where you're naturally going through a hypnotic state. So stay in bed. Just enjoy that heaviness, that quiet. And now you're going to program your mind. This is you being the boss and saying, listen, this is what we're doing today. Today, we are adapting. Today, We're not allowing the noise of our family or being locked in or the news of the virus, the pandemic. We're not going to allow that in. This is how I want to stay through the day. I want to stay calm. You program how you want to feel for the day. This is called pre-programming each morning. This is utilizing your natural state of meditation or hypnosis, the brainwave of these things. Now you're programmable because you're speaking to your unconscious mind, and it's the boss, and you want to be the boss. You only program for that day. You don't send your goodness out to the world. Really focus on you, and from you shoring up, then you can give back to the world and do those amazing things. Remember, you want to accept where you're at, not where people portray themselves on Facebook or Instagram. You are you, and your biggest job right now is to be nice to you. And from there, you move out and you give to the family, to the community, and to the world. So utilize that state, because if you don't, you're going to be in an emotional Groundhog's Day. And as soon as you put your feet on the ground, you're inserting the same stuff from before. Usually I say a bad word when I talk about that. I'm trying to be good because I'm recording. We insert, you know it. If you don't program in the morning, by the time you get to the bathroom, you're feeling the same old spinning thoughts again. So be in charge, be the boss. The other thing that I've had a lot of people talking to me about is that when they wake up in the morning, sometimes they feel this feeling, this kind of energy hit. And they're interpreting as anxiety. I'm waking up anxious. This is what I hear people say. Pre-programming in the morning in that quiet state will help that. But sometimes as soon as people open their eyes, or they arise to this other state, they feel that energy. I feel that energy. But I don't have this interpretation. This is anxiety. I feel that this is my body, my engine revving up. How many of you start your car and you feel that kind of energy showing up, right? It's the same kind of thing. All your neurons in your body have just been lit up. But you're the one who's interpreting it as anxiety or fear, or I'm an anxious person. Let go of the labels now, please. Let go of it. This is just energy. So I want to help you do that, is breathe through that, but keep your eyes closed. And when I get my engine starts rolling up and I feel this energy, I just imagine that it's moving through my body like energy moving through a glove, and it can move out my fingers and my toes. So I just let this energy that starts here, because that's where my engine starts, and yours probably too, you can feel it there, your heart rate, is just let it move through like a glove, through and out your fingers and out, and just let it disperse and dilute and shift, and then you breathe, and then you can pre-program. So I've had a lot of people asking me about, what do I do with this energy in the morning? It's not anxiety. You just woke up. You're safe. It's just your engine revving up. And then breathe through it and be in boss of it. Because if your natural instinct is to call it anxiety, we create what we concentrate on. So if you spend the whole day telling yourself you're anxious or you're fearful, you're creating more of it. And now your body's saying, and your mind's saying, and your subconscious mind is all agreeing, yes, we're anxious. Oh my gosh, that makes me anxious. What about shifting the language that you tell yourself? This is my engine starting up. I have some concern. I'm going to move into planning now. Adapt, adapt, adapt. One way to adapt right now is to change the language that you're telling yourself, that you're talking to yourself in. Good. I hope that good. Release the guilt. You're doing the best you can, I promise you. You don't have to learn a new language. You don't have to save the world. You could just be there and not kill your family. Understand? Yes. Learn a lot about your relationships. This is an opportunity to grow and learn. But what it is not time to do is have the big conversation. I had to talk a lot of people off. I am leaving this marriage. That's it. I am done. I am out. I'm telling him tomorrow. Please don't. Because you're not in the mindset to do it. You're not shored up enough. And you're reacting. You never want to make big decisions by being reactive. You want to make decisions by being calm and balanced and self-assured. And By the way, if you say something like that now or have the big argument, you're stuck. You're stuck with them. There's not many choices, and that's really going to be uncomfortable. So please, no big conversations, and don't make any rash decisions right now about yourself, your careers, your relationships. Just be patient and go into neutral. Social idling, as I call it. You're in the pause, quiet, calm, adaptability for change. Good, excellent. Glad you guys are here with me today. This is so much fun. So let's talk about another technique. Besides pre-programming in the morning, there's something that is called tapping, or EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. I'm going to cover something called fast tapping to help you go into neutral when you're elevating, so you can just drop in. But there's a lot of information about tapping on what I like. A source that I really like is the tappingsolution.com. It's Nick Ortner. He's really awesome. He is, I don't know him personally, but I've been following him for a long time. And him and his family really seem to have such an open heart. So go to the tappingsolution.com and do that. If I'm talking about resources, another resource that I really like is Dr. Joe Dispenza. Big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza. He kind of brings in neuroplasticity, heart math, and the power of the mind and how to reprogram in a beautiful way. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I've been to quite a few of his workshops. I think I'm even one of his videos that he was in the audience. I was in the audience, just like, really respecting the guy. And he has a great book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's an older one. I tend to like that for starters for my clients or people turning it on to Dr. Joe, because it's a little simpler. He gets a little bit heady, and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself is really powerful. His newer ones get into a little bit more of the spirit realm, and so I like to people start on Dr. Joe there. So tapping. So let me explain to you the best way I can in a short video, because I want to have time to do a nice meditation on adaptability. Is the essence of it is you're tapping with 2 fingers, tapping on the meridians or the acupressure points of our upper body, collarbone here, and the top of our head. They have one under the arm. I don't like it. I'm a female. I feel like a monkey. I'm grabbing my boobs. I don't really like that one. It's hard for me to touch that. If you like that, you can do it. You can tap here on it, but I don't particularly care for that. But it's eyebrow here. It can be either side. It's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. Some people like to do both sides there.